Hello, and welcome to another wonderful Wired Wednesday. My name is Ashley, and this is Apple Photos, your digital photo album. So today we're going to go through Apple Photos. If you have an iPad or an iPhone or a Mac or a MacBook, that's all photos. So Apple Photos is what you will go into. If you have an Android device, anything that isn't Apple, I will have an Android one next week, which is Google Photos. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is we're going to go into our settings because this is one of the biggest questions that I get from people. So we're just going to go to settings, which is the gear. And the first thing you're going to do is to tap on your name. So now what we want to see is we want to see if our photos are being backed up. So that's one of the biggest questions I get. People are afraid their photos aren't backing up. And that they're going to lose them at some point. So if you go down to iCloud, it says 5 gigabytes. I'm going to hit that. And then it says save to iCloud. So if you look there, it says photos. So I'm going to tap on photos. And you can see here, it's showing me how many photos and storage. So it's using this much storage. In iCloud, there's 69 photos and 33 videos, which would be 102 items. I have it optimized at iPad storage. So what you can do is if you optimize iPad storage, it means that it'll put them up in the cloud and you don't have to use all of your storage on your iPad. So where this gets confusing for people is where your photos are in the cloud versus on the actual tablet. So your iPad comes with storage built into it. So it can be anywhere from 64 gigabytes, there could be 256 gigabytes. It depends on what you've ordered and what you have. So that's within the actual iPad itself. Then you have the option to back up those photos to the iCloud, which is iCloud Photos. So when you do that, you use up storage that Apple gives you in the cloud to back up your photos. So the photos will be backed up to the cloud and then they can be on your device as well. So in this case, if you go into manage storage, I'll just show you. So it's showing you here how much you've used of your 5 gigabytes. It's telling me what I have. And then if you want to review your photos and videos, to delete certain ones, or you have extras, because if your iCloud Photos is getting closer to the 5 gigabytes, you may need to start removing things. So what happens when you reach the 5 gigabytes? Apple will ask you for money to continue to store your items past the 5 gigabytes. And if you choose not to do that, what it will do is it will save it to the hard drive within your device, so on your iPad. Now, where this becomes a bit of a problem is if you don't back anything up and then you have, your iPad dies and you can't get your photos back, depending. That can happen. It's possible. It can happen with an iPhone as well. But there are options for you that are not paid options. So, for example, if you have a computer at home, you can plug your iPad into your computer and you can move your photos from your iPad to your computer. One of the things I see a lot is that the people have used up all of their iCloud storage, all 5 gigabytes, and then they have 1,000 pictures on their phone or on their iPad. So you just want to make sure that you have other options to back them up if you don't want to pay them for storage. And a lot of people don't want to pay them for storage. I get it. But that paid storage is until you no longer need that paid storage, basically. So you just keep paying it forever and ever. It can be as low as $1.99, I think it is, for some more gigs on there if you want that. If you don't, I totally get it. There are other ways. Talk to me and we can definitely back things up. So this is photos. So you can see here, these are all the photos I have. So down along the bottom, you have years, so which means it splits it into years. You can click on each year. Months, so you can go by month to month. You can kind of just keep going back as far as you want. Basically, as far as your pictures go back until like today. And then there's all. So that's your whole entire library. So you have videos and photos within the Apple Photos. At the top here on the left-hand side, there is a little square. So this is a tab that you can then pull open. And these are your options here that you have. So there's featured photos. They'll make some memory things for you. They're like little videos that Apple will put together with your photos. You can like different media types, pin collections. Utilities is something that you can just open up and take a look at if you need to look at that. media types, so you can go by videos. It will show you all the videos you have. So I'm going to talk about this glitch. So with the new Apple 18 update, with the iOS update for 18, there's a few glitches with this, and I want to talk about this because this is something that actually does happen. So what happens is that the photos, it's glitching when I'm in photos, and it keeps putting me out of it. So you'll see me do this throughout the video, but I want to leave it in because I want you to understand that these things are happening. But like with the next update, it could probably fix this. But I just want to show you how this is, because sometimes you'll go into something and it pops out. My iPad's up to date. My apps are up to date. So I know it's not something I'm doing. I looked up on the Apple website, and other people are having this issue. So basically, it is just glitching with the new update. That's a bug they're going to have to fix, but we're going to go with it for today. So back to Apple Photos again. So once again, we're opening up this side here. And then down towards the bottom, you're going to see that there's a place for albums. So one of the biggest things people ask me is about creating albums for their pictures, and you can definitely do that. So under albums, you're going to hit new album. And then I have a bunch of pictures of my dog Buddy on here, so I'm going to do one for Buddy. So I'm just going to type in that. And then now the next screen is going to ask me which pictures out of my photos I want to select for this album. So you can pick multiples to put it in. So once you create this album, you can put it in yourself manually, but it'll ask you right away which ones you want to put in. So you can just go right through your pictures and put all the pictures you want into an album. So I'm going to go to save. And that's popping up with the screen now. So it's saying search your library. So now it's asking me to find photos that I want to put into the brand new album I just made called Buddy. So I'm going to find all the pictures of Buddy. So you can see here, there's little blue circles with checks in them. And I think that's all I have for Buddy. That's my other dog, Copper. But if you go down, yep, there's nothing else. So that's fine. So now up at the very top, you'll see add, and it will add it to that new Buddy folder I just made. And then you can see here, Buddy's here, and then it's got 3 photos in the Buddy album. So same thing with pictures, so I can go new album. I'll say library videos because I have library videos on here that need a home. Save. And that's going to pop up again, and I'm going to put all of the videos. So everything that has a time signature on it here, so you have like 5 seconds, 4 seconds, et cetera, et cetera. Those are all videos. So you can just tap on them here. Like these ones are all videos as well. See, they have the little time signatures. Okay, so you can see here at the bottom it says selected 19. So that's how many I've selected to actually put in. So I think that's enough of those. And then we're just going to go to add. And then now, and there's that glitch again. So we're just going to open back photos. And then we're going to go down, and the library videos album is here as well. So albums are just a way for you to put things into a spot so you can find things a bit easier. But the Apple Photos does this for you, like does certain things for you. Like for example, it will separate it by date and things like that, by month, year, etc., etc. You'll notice when you do get the new update that the photos looks a bit differently than it used to look. And that happens all the time. Every time there's updates, things look a bit different, it seems. But that's okay because, we can work on it together. So once again, you're looking here. So you have your video types, you have videos. So if you tap that, all of your videos will come up. That's on your cloud. Selfies, or on your iPad, depending if you're not backing up to the cloud, but there. Live photos, those are those ones like those burst photos where like they take a bunch of shots at one time. Screenshots, so when you you take a screenshot of something you're saving for later, that's where they end up saving them. And then screen recordings, which most people won't have to worry about. I use screen recordings for work, but if there's any screen recordings there, they'll be there. And then you have all these other utilities things that you can do as well. Featured photos, so once again, they're photos that they create kind of like a little video of. Memories, trips, those kinds of things. Like it kind of knows. So what this does is like it's created by like an algorithm where it will pull out the ones that look like you were going somewhere, for example, like that you were on a trip, and it will put them all together and create like a little video for you as like a memory. That's what the computer kind of inside can do. So like basically it will pull together similar photos, and it'll say similar photos, and it will show you those. Or it will say, a day at the beach, and it'll show you beach photos from a particular time. And like they kind of just send you those. They'll pop up in your notifications on your phone, and they make like little videos. And it's kind of a fun little thing. And you can download those videos and you can send them to other people as well. So just think about that. So if that's something you're interested in. Other than that, that's pretty much what it does. You can open photos, you can send them to people. So like, for example, say I'm going to open a goofy picture of myself. Here you go. So I'll open this one up. This is from the COVID times. So at the very bottom here, across the bottom, you'll see that there's a few options. So you have an option to delete it. The little lines that are going back and forth here are options to edit. So once again, if you hit that edit, you can do different editing filters and things like that. So like you could, do a filter where you can kind of adjust it to different things. You can crop it, so you can make it so it's just of a face instead of being, doing those kinds of things. There's lots of things you do. So you can draw on it. You can flip it around. Like you can have it to the other way. Like, so your face is, you get your good side. You can flip it around upside down, fix the pictures if they're the wrong way. Pretty much if you can edit it, you can do it here. There's lots of options. You can just play around with it. And if you don't like what you're doing and it kind of looks kind of weird, hit cancel and then you can start again. So like if you hit done, you can save it, but if you hit cancel, it will just revert it back to what it was before. So I'm going to hit done because I'm just going to save that. And now you can see that's the new picture. Now, to send this picture to someone, this arrow here, it looks like a little paper with an up arrow. So this is where you would send things from. And if you want to select multiples, you can just hit, like say if I want to send these other goofy pictures I took. So say I've got all these pictures here and I want to send them to someone. So I can send them through, if somebody has iMessage, you can send them through iMessage. You can send them through an email. You can send them many different ways. You can put them up on, if you have social media, you can put it on social media from here. Like there's lots of things you can do. You can add it to a shared album, which means shared album means it's an album that you're going to share with someone. So that will share a link sometimes, and they can go into the link and they can get access to those photos. You can print them from here. You can save them to your files, whatever you want to do. So there's lots of options. If you were to click email, basically you can send, they'll put them into an email for you, and then you can just send them off to a friend. You go in the to option, you type in who it's to. So like say for example, I'm just going to pretend to send it to the library. And you can then, once you're ready to send it, you hit this up arrow here and that will send it. So I don't have a subject, that's okay. I'm going to hit send anyway. All right, so going back, you can hit the X and you can go back and you can search through your photos. You can see your years and months. Once again, open up the side tab here to see your albums down here. And that's pretty much Apple Photos. Have a great day.